This is not another econ podcast. I'm Ian Kanashiro. We see it every day. Your Amazon business is full steam ahead and everything is going smoothly. But then, boom, suddenly you encounter some issues with your Amazon account health. Amazon's health rating number dropped by 10% on your account, and you don't know why. Your feedbacks is still 5-star. Your voice of the customer is also 5-star. But nonetheless, you start to lose buy box, and your account suspension banner is also showing despite double checking all these different metrics. And so this is a situation that could send any Amazon seller into a tailspin. Today I have Arvin, who is the Chief Delivery Officer at Seller Candy, where they specialize in assisting Amazon sellers and agencies when they face tricky problems or need guidance on maintaining things in Amazon's account, such as Amazon's account health. With a background in financial analysis and over 8 years on Amazon, Arvin brings a unique perspective to managing Amazon accounts. And so the Seller Candy Army is your go-to advisor to ensuring your account stays in tip-top shape. So Arvin, thanks for joining us today.
Yeah, I'm happy to be here. Thanks for inviting me.
Yeah. Arvin, so would you tell us a little bit about yourself, a little bit about your background?
Yeah. So before actually my Amazon journey, I'm an accountant by profession. So I into I would say very general and overall. I from the bookkeeping to general accountant to financial planning analyst. Then I started to meet our CEO. I worked with him when he was still a seller on Amazon. I started as his bookkeeper. Then eventually he asked me to run his Amazon businesses in the Europe and also in the USA. Then in 2018, we started launching Amazon and agency school management. And in 2020, where he decided, okay, why don't we switch it? Like, let's do Seller Candy. So Seller Candy is more on focus on, it's very outcome driven. Tell us what you want to do on your account, may it be updating your listing or troubleshoot an issue, and we'll deal with it. We have ticketing portal where we communicate with our clients and also telling them what's going on and updating them. How are we going to resolve these issues? So since we started the agencies, I think I've managed more than I believe I've managed more than 500 accounts in different Amazon category. And I kind of experienced all of the issues. But Amazon is always changing. So what I know right now may no longer be the same the next few months. So
Absolutely. And so, with over 500 accounts under your belt, like you said, I'm sure you've managed all different kinds of issues. And some of that being, the account health or your account health rating. Can you tell us a little bit about what account health is and why it's important?
Yeah, well, actually, account health is really important because this is where, sometimes Amazon will ban or suspend your listing because you are not compliant to their requirements. There are different aspects that you need to check from time to time. Mostly, I'd say our team are receiving issues from our clients based on the policy compliance, from the IP violations down to the other account health issues. But we also do support our sellers for if they have an order defect rate or invalid tracking rate, and the customer service section where if there is an A to C claims. So it is really important to monitor and make sure that you are on good standing because Amazon is giving you buy box because of those ratings, and also as I said earlier, they may suspend your listing if you're not, or rather your Amazon account if you are not fully compliant to the requirement.
Okay. And so how do I, as a seller, know if I'm fulfilling those requirements for the rating? Is there some kind of threshold that I could track? What's a good number? What's a bad number? How do I know?
Well, it's a case-by-case basis, right? Because there is an Amazon algorithm when it comes to the account health rating, and also it depends on your sales performance and also the account or the kind of violation that you receive. For example, it is an IP violation, so you are infringing somebody else's trademark or brand registry. So that kind of like carry the heaviest weight of all of the violations. So it depends as well. Like let's say for example, you've been selling for a while now, so your standing is good, and you receive this kind of violation. This might just impact you slightly, but still it is important to address that. So yeah, making sure that actually Amazon have launched this account health assurance this year as well, where they are allowing you to enroll to that, and that once you are enrolled to the account health assurance, as long as you are you're willing to work with them to resolve the issue, then Amazon will not suspend your Amazon account. But to be able to or to be eligible to that account health assurance, you have to be like in good standing. Like your rating must be in good health.
Okay. And so with the Amazon Health Assurance, is that something that is available to me as a brand new seller, or do I need to make sure that I have been selling on Amazon and getting a high account health rating? Or can you unpack a little bit about how that might work?
Yeah, well, it's not something that a new seller might have instantly. Then of course you have to have a good performance when it comes to sales, and also being maybe selling for a while. I'm not really sure at the moment, like from how long you have to be selling to be allowed to that and to be eligible rather to that program. But yeah, for a sellers, like for someone who's been selling for a while, may you be a private label or you're just a reseller, then you have to have a really good rating. There's no, I would say not no violations at all, as long as you are complying, you're addressing them immediately, and there will something that will pop up on your account health dashboard telling you that okay, you're eligible to apply to this program.
Okay. And is this a paid program? Is this going to cost me extra money out of pocket?
Not really. Yeah, yeah. As long as you're willing to work with Amazon to resolve any future issues, then it's just really more of like, I would say, guarantee that they will not suspend your listing, as long as again you're willing to work with them and you're not violating any of their TNCs.
Okay. So it's a bit of an insurance policy for me kind of operating on a daily basis.
Yeah, so for you have to not worry the next morning that you wake up, oh, my account is suspended. What am I going to do? But yeah, Amazon will notify you if there's any issues, right? So, or any violations. So you have to make sure that you're addressing them, like not instantly, but at the time that he gave you, and you're giving them like whatever they're asking you.
Got it. Got it. So Arvin, let's say that I'm a seller. I'm doing I'm doing my thing. I'm running my Amazon business, everything by the book. I've registered all the relevant, IDs, tax IDs, everything, established myself as a business, provided invoices and did my brand registry for everything I sell to Amazon. And I start to see that that account health rating drop. And I just don't know what's happening. What are some things that I can do as a seller to kind of audit myself to see where I might be leaking those points from?
Well, I would start with the feedback coming from my customer, right? If there's anything that just recurring or something that you keep receiving, then I will also check the product review, because this will also affect your performance. Then another thing that I would check is the voice of the customer. Looking at the return reasons why my customers are returning it. It depends, like also if you are a seller or if you are a private label, because you have to really address all of the concerns of your customer. Amazon is very customer centric. Like one complaint from your customer, even though it is not really like I would say a valid complaint, they will instantly flag or shut down your listing. So that to tell you, you have to address this one because this is really concerning. But in reality, it's just a customer just complaining, like, or you're trying to, I would say sabotage your listing. But Amazon is as I said, very customer centric. So you have to check anything that coming from your customer, buyer messages, A to C claims, and then from your account dashboard, look at the customer section where your Amazon is like asking you for for a refund, but you aren't able to issue a refund. And then also if you are an FBM seller, you have to check as well the order defect rate or cancellation rate or order cancellation rate and the invalid tracking. There's a lot of things that you need to check. But then check your performance notification. Do you receive any updates from Amazon or there like anything that's concerning that you receive on that the notification? So those are just the basic that I would tell you to check on the day-to-day, see if there is something wrong.
So you're saying that all of these metrics I should be checking on a daily basis?
I would say daily basis. If you have a software that you can integrate to your seller central account that would notify you of all of this, then that would be great. If not, then maybe you can hire someone to look at it every day because, you don't know what's really going on. And one funny thing is that Amazon will not really tell you. They have to investigate it from like do a root cause analysis. Why do I have this one? Check the buyer messages, check all of the order IDs, check all of your listing, your ASINs. Is there anything that Amazon don't like in your seller central account? Or maybe they are doing a lot of updates. Just last 2 months, they're doing this customer informed app, right? That requesting all of the sellers to actually update all of their account information because of the new ruling or because of the new rules that they will implement there in the USA. So it's really hard to give you like a standard way or like standard things that you have to check on a day to day to see if you're totally compliant. But so I'm just always changing.
Sure. And if there's something that I miss, is there a specific seller support channel that I should be going to ask questions? Are they even helpful there? I know that historically a lot of sellers complain about seller support and the actual level of support that they might get there.
Yeah, that's a really good question. It's actually something that you have to, maybe not you or someone that you hired, they have to know to which department they should raise or escalate an issue. I am always telling this one to my team whenever I'm training them or to some of my clients when I'm talking to them. Amazon, they have so many departments, right? They have the FBA team, they have the catalog, they have the brand registry team, they also have the store and advertising team, and all other teams. And actually, all of these interdepartment of Amazon, they're not working well together. So, your responsibility, like, trying to resolve this issue is actually to mediate within these departments, telling them, like, for example, I raised this case through the catalog team, and they told me and they confirmed that they have updated this keyword that they believe is that I'm violating. And then you have to then go back to the FBA team. Hey, they fixed it. Can you please bring back my inventory to make it active again? So and so. And also the brand registry team. So again, the first thing you need to know is where should I escalate these issues or ask support. But actually, even before doing that, try to troubleshoot it first, because when you call Amazon unprepared, you're just actually trying to ask them for information. The first level of support that you will contact to is just a normal customer service, and they don't have access to the tools that will update or correct any issues, and they have a certain KPI, like a handling time. They say, you are only given 15 minutes to try to resolve this one with the seller. So they will give you an answer coming from their workflow, and that it's not going to help you at all. They will give you answers that, please do the delete release, or try to do this and that, update this and that. So before calling them or asking them for support, I always telling them, please do all of these troubleshooting processes, because it will save you time. It will, it will make you escalate these issues a lot faster to their leadership team, because you can tell them, I've already done that one. Can you please transfer this call to your leadership team, because I need this one to be looked at by someone who has access to that.
Wow. So what I'm hearing is that this is Amazon's version of clearing your cache, or unplugging everything and waiting 10 seconds and plugging it back in.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. That is actually the fun part of working with seller support, that we're taking away from sellers, because we want the sellers to focus on running and managing their business and spending their time to growing their business instead of dealing on these issues. Like it looked like it is like a small issue, but actually, when an ASIN is suspended, then they're not selling it, right?
Right.
So they have to spend time on it. So that's what we're taking away from them and resolve it for them and making sure that we're doing everything we can.
So essentially, it's a skill. It's a standard operating procedure of when I have this problem, when I have an IP violation, I need to get confirmation from this Amazon support team, and then I need to get this Amazon support team to change this keyword or something, and I need that Amazon support team to do this. And once I get the confirmation that these actions happen, I bring it back to the first one, and they're the one who can make the listing live. Did I kind of understand that correctly?
You're right, but because I'm very technical and I heard you say IP violation, so for that kind of issue, there's like a different workaround. Because
Sure.
when it is an IP violation, then Amazon will not accept any document like an invoice, even if it is valid, or anything that may prove that you're not violating somebody else's trademark. For an IP violation, you have to reach out to the seller who reported you to Amazon, because they want you to talk to them and try to resolve the issue between the two of you, that you're trying to actually, hey, what am I infringing? What am I trying, or what should I correct? So, and then you have to forward that communication to Amazon, because Amazon will only accept a retraction of that violation coming from the seller, or a letter of authorization coming from them. So yeah, sorry,
No, that makes sense.
Violation.
It sounds like this is a thing that you guys are the expert in. So, but it sounds like all these problems that come up within Seller Central, they require almost like a project manager in order to bring in the right people at the right time with the right information. And so between that and knowing the operating procedure of how Amazon will act in that situation, you start to develop your own operating procedure internally, in this case at Seller Candy, in order to get to the conclusion faster.
That is true. I mean, it took us, me personally, my 8 years of experience to come up with this SOP. Because 2017, I remember Amazon is still very helpful. They are not following the workflow, so that's where I learned everything. Because I myself didn't came from Amazon. I didn't work as a seller support. So for me to understand it, I have to personally experience it, contact them. I watch a lot of YouTube videos. I followed a lot of experts, try to copy and understand like their logic, and then from there, I sit down with my team. Some of my team actually came from Amazon as a seller support. So I asked them, okay, what is the internal process? I heard a lot of jargons like IIDP, like ILAC, all of those departments that they are mentioning to me. Okay, so how can I actually use this one to my advantage and write a process that will give my team a way of like, okay, when you receive this kind of issue, it's FBA related, how are you going to raise and escalate these issues, or maybe a catalog? So yeah, so yeah, I'm coming up with the process. And the thing is, Amazon is changing month by month. So processes that we developed a year ago will no longer apply this year or this month. So you have to make sure that you're up to date on what's going on.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Are there anything that you've heard through the grapevine recently about updates that we should be looking out for in terms of Amazon's health reporting?
I would say not only health reporting, but Amazon released a new update, I think 2 days ago, that they identified about 206 product types or 199 product types that will require more attributes this September 12. And if you will not provide all of these attributes to your listing, then that will cause a listing suppression. This is the sprint 3. Yeah, listing suppression. So, like for
Okay.
example, a department or a model number or something like that. Different. It varies per category. It is on the news. You can look at it and just you can download the spreadsheet and check if your category or your product type is in there. So update that information.
Yeah, I guess Amazon being the Goliath that they are constantly releasing updates on, everything from the technical things that they do with, that's kind of like on our side at Seller Snap, with the SP API, but also on the business side, which is like the things that a lot of times your team has to deal with that needs kind of human intervention versus a technological intervention. How, as a seller, can I stay up to date? I can't stay up to date on everything, but I can stay up to date on some things. Where can I go to find that information?
Oh, on your Seller Central, there's on the homepage. You just click that news and update and see what's going on there. And also from time to time, you will receive emails from Amazon on what's going on or what's going to happen. And me, that's how I'm keeping myself up to date, and also making sure that you follow people or experts that been on the Amazon world for a while now, and they know this like from ins and outs. So they will give you an insight of what you have to prepare.
Okay, so I can follow information in Amazon News through the news section of Seller Central from influencers and people in the space that have been doing this for a while, might be posting about it, and also from direct email newsletters from Amazon themselves. That makes a lot of sense. All right, Arvin, as we kind of conclude this episode of the podcast, do you have any final tips or tricks that you suggest to our audience about Amazon Health, things that they should look out for, something that you know that other people should?
Yeah, well, the first thing that I'm, cause when I interact with our customer the first time that they sign up to our service, I do an audit of their account, and the first thing that I'll check is the FBA settings, to check to untick that refurbishment option, because usually Amazon, when you're allowing Amazon to refurbish your item, there I would say that they are not the good judge to look at your item and refurbish them and tell that, okay, this is still in sellable condition. And what will happen if you receive a return and they assess it but actually it is damaged from the inside, and they will mix it with your with all of your new items, and then suddenly another customer received it, they will complain that the product is sold as new. Then you will have this violation called product condition complaint. So to avoid that, I am, if you haven't really experienced it, but I'm always recommending this to be turned off. But some sellers still prefer it to be on because they said, it's not really a big issue. But for me, trying to avoid that kind of violation, I will turn it off and just enable the return, so for any unfulfillable units. And then also your stranded inventory, making sure that your return settings is enabled, because they did this update 2021, and until now I still see some sellers that they are not updating the stranded inventory settings, because within, let's say for example 30 days or 60 days that your stranded inventory is not resolved, Amazon will dispose of your inventory. So you have to make sure that you have this enabled so that you can you will return it, because it's still in sellable condition. It's just there are accountable violation associated to your listing that you weren't able to resolve in the time frame that they gave you, and because of that they will dispose it of. So to avoid that, then set that setting on, the return setting on.
So that, I mean, I guess I learned something today as well, because with that part of the disposal of stranded items, that doesn't mean that I need to work on those account health violations right away, because I might be losing points and eventually lead to an account suspension. It might, if I don't work on those violations right away, I might actually lose to just flat out losing my inventory, having it thrown away by Amazon.
Yes, and you cannot ask them for a reimbursement because they will tell you, hey, well, you didn't update it. You didn't update your return settings.
Wow.
But I mean, in my experience in the past, some sellers were like, "Why I'm not aware that that this new setting is now happening." or that it is now like there's a new update. Like, well, that's Amazon. There's the we have to comply to their update, even though they are not really announcing it. So yeah.
Wow, that's a huge one. So for anyone listening to this, go and make sure you check that box about your stranded inventory to make sure that the inventory stays your inventory even while you're working through any violations. Arvin, the Chief Delivery Officer at Seller Candy. Seller Candy is the go-to team to manage tasks and issues and all things Amazon. And so, Arvin, thank you so much for coming on the podcast today and sharing all these nuggets of information. And we hope to see you soon.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah. Looking forward to anyone who's have these issues, maybe listing suspension from simple to account violation. Just look at sellercandy.com and our team will be there to support you.